Get the latest movie reviews, Hollywood news, and inside views. It's time for Behind the Screens with Lights, Camera, Jackson on 107.7 GNA.
Jackson, good morning, buddy. Happy Friday. How are you?
Happy Friday. I'm great, guys. I like that intro. It's intense.
Yeah, right? Man, I was on edge through the whole thing.
I'm like, I can't wait to see that or hear that. It's coming.
Coming soon to a theater near you. We're taking local radio to the big screen.
Jackson, we love having you on. You take us behind the scenes. We usually hit on the three biggest stories. Where do you want to start this morning?
I want to start with Smurfs. It's coming out this weekend, Smurfs The Lost Village. You know, we've got a box office battle between Boss Baby and Beauty and the Beast yet again, but Smurfs could be the wild card because families who saw Boss Baby last week may want to see Smurfs this weekend. All-new CGI animated film. Demi Lovato voices Smurfette, who's looking for her purpose in life. Of course, Gargamel is out to catch the Smurfs, and there is more beyond out there in the Lost Village than the Smurfs could have ever imagined. I saw this film a couple weeks ago. It's fun, especially for kids 5 to 10. They're going to love this. All the action, it's very entertaining for them. And the look is really nice, capturing the look of the original Peyo comics. Now, let's do a new feature within a feature. This is the behind the screens fun fact of the week. Julia Roberts is in this movie. Basically, Julia Roberts' publicist just happened to contact the Sony Animation casting director and said, you know, Julia's interested in doing some animation work. And basically, the folks at the Smurfs and the folks at Sony said, guess what? We got a role for her. That's like that. It's the role of Smurf Willow. That's basically how it happened, of how Julia Roberts can be in your movie, and she gives a nice voice performance.
All right, and so you're telling people to go see it. By the way, how did Boss Baby beat Beauty and the Beast last week? Where did that movie even come from?
That came from DreamWorks, who does a ton of promotion. Alec Baldwin is really hot right now, and kids took a chance on it. I didn't like Boss Baby that much, though. I recommend Smurfs more for families this weekend.
All right, let's talk about Don Rickles.
Yes, the greatest insult comic of all time. Comedy legend, Vegas shows, appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Jimmy Kimmel last night devoted more than 12 minutes of his show to honoring Don Rickles, and it was so nice to watch. He got so emotional, and they played old clips. His nickname, of course, was Mr. Warmth. Don Rickles passing away yesterday at 90. I attended a Don Rickles show last June at Westbury. It was a kind of This Is Your Life show with him and Regis, and he was still so insightful, so sharp, so quick-witted, all about these crazy stories he's had over the years. I mean, he commented on Clint Eastwood. He said he thinks $2 is a sufficient tip. I mean, he was right there with you. He told a guy in the audience, there's a new thing you might want to try out. It's called a diet. He did, but that guy wanted to hear it because that guy all his life wanted to be insulted by Don Rickles. So, I mean, he was great. And also Mr. Potato Head. I mean, if you listen to, his voice in the Toy Story movies, not completely sure if his voice performance will still be in Toy Story 4, which is going to come out in 2 years, but his legacy will live on through that character and through all of his comedy appearances.
Well done there, Jackson.
Yeah,
well
good.
done. A lot of stuff there. And finally, what else have you got for us as we go behind the screens?
Oh, man. So Brian, in our past radio life, we debated about the impact of La La Land and its musical numbers. And you basically said to me, gosh, this isn't going to have an impact on the rest of people's lives. Well, look at this kid in Arizona high schooler, Jacob Staudenmeyer, who put together a promposal video for Emma Stone to the rendition of Another Day of Sun, the opening number from La La Land. He kind of looks like Ryan Gosling, which I think is the great element of all this, and you can look it up on YouTube. So the prom is April 29. It's in Emma Stone's Arizona hometown. Emma Stone has not made a public statement yet. I hope she does soon. And it'd be really cool if this kid from Arizona got to go to prom with Emma Stone.
La La Land, the most overrated in the history of musicals. The fact that you even put it up there where Titanic should be.
That's why he had a problem
is
with
an
it.
insult to sunken ships all over the world. And just because somebody proposed to Emma Stone using one of your favorite movies doesn't mean that it rises and gets even closer to the great Titanic. Nice try, though, Jackson.
He took the effort. He took the effort to do that whole number. It's 2.5 minutes, pretty exact to what they did with some twists on it. And that's what a lot of people are going to do. They're going to do their own renditions of these La La Land songs for decades and put them up online or whatever format it becomes in the decades to come. La La Land will live on, not just as the infamous Envelope Gate film from the Oscars, but for what it did and what it has to say.
All right,
He's
Jackson.
good,
We'll
man.
continue.
He's good.
Man.
Solid, Jackson.
No,
Solid.
that's talking
Thank you.
about.
Have a good weekend.
Solid.
Have a good weekend. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you. Thank you.